Hello, welcome to Last Week on Xbox. I'm William Doyle,
I'm Nathan Combs.
and this is a show about what games came out last week on Xbox Gamepass and whether it's worth your precious hard drive space or not.
Yep, because I know we've all dealt with seeing a game looking good, but it costing too much gigabytes. So this is kind of us telling you if it is really worth that time and space.
All right, let's kick into it.
Yeah, let's go with YIIK, a
Yeah.
postmodern RPG. I'll just be upfront about this one. It wasn't working on my PC. I could not get the menus to run, anything like that. So I don't have a lot to say, but I know, William, you got a good amount of time with this game.
Yeah, I got a little bit into it. Let me start off with what it is.
Mhm.
It's an RPG, Japanese style RPG. You got leveling, you got party members. At the beginning of the game, it asks you what your friends' names are. So I would imagine the party members are your friends' names.
Mhm.
So that's pretty cool. Enjoyed that. The combat has quick time events that you do during it.
Mhm.
At first, I was a fan, but then I got 2 hours into it. I'm like, okay, I don't, I don't really want to do the same mini game every time I'm attacked.
Yeah.
And
It has assists, right? So you can turn off quick time in RPG in the battle mode.
oh, I didn't really check that out.
Yeah.
But
So I think that is an option if it gets tiring, which is a
yeah,
very good thing.
I would probably turn that off. But other than that, it seems like a pretty solid RPG. There's some little puzzles in the open world area where you can summon a panda as just a weight. They hold down buttons and you can use them as an extra little platform block to get over to different areas.
That's cool.
Um, yeah, it seemed interesting, and I'd probably play it a little bit more now that I know that I can turn off the quick times and stuff.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that's something a lot of games are starting to do now is more assist modes, and so I'm happy to see this one. Uh, Hearing you talk about it, I do want to try it. I just have heard things about it being buggy. Kind of has bad reviews, and the bad reviews usually just say it's buggy. Doesn't seem like you experienced any, so that's good.
Yeah, I didn't hit any bugs. Played it
So
for about
good.
2 hours, I think.
Okay, well, cool.
Yeah.
So you'd recommend it? This is a Game Pass PC only, by the
Yes.
way.
And
Yeah.
it's how many gigs? 4 gigs?
Yes, 4 GB.
4 gigabytes. Yeah, I'd recommend give it a shot if you're into RPGs.
All right.
What's the next game on the list?
So the next game we are going to talk about is Torchlight 3. Torchlight 3 is the third in the series of Diablo clone type games. Top down, kind of gear hunting, just kind of hitting your powers to attack enemies. Very simple gameplay, very multiplayer heavy. I had fun with it. How did you feel about it?
Yeah, I thought it was fun. I never played
Hmm.
any of the other Torchlights,
Hmm.
but I don't know. I'm not too big of a fan of the Diablo type games.
Hmm.
It's on record that Diablo 3 is the first game I ever fell asleep while playing. So there's that, right?
Yeah.
But if you do like loot heavy Diablo style game,
Hmm.
I highly recommend downloading it. The
Oh yeah.
yeah, the character classes were interesting. I was playing a robot that had a heat gauge and
Hmm.
kind of balanced the heat gauge. I don't know, it was fun.
Yeah, that's actually what I like about this one. It's not your normal you got a barbarian, a ranger kind of deal. It's got something different. Like the heavy tanky class, you have a rail car behind you that's also a turret that shoots, which I've never seen before. So it's that at least has some interesting elements because I get what you're saying. I find Diablo cones fun, but then once I think around the 10-hour mark is when I start to go oh, this is starting to just be the same deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't play 10 hours worth, but from what I liked, I think it's good. So that means somebody who's really into Diablo games probably would love this game.
Yeah, there's something I really like. There's a pet system that you can give your gear that you don't want to your pet and have them go run back to town and sell it for you. So you never
Hmm.
really have to stop playing, I guess. You never have to make oh, I have to go to town and just ruin everyone else's time on my party.
Yeah, exactly. Because
Yeah.
it's annoying just having to deal with inventory in general,
Yeah.
you know?
And especially in a co-op game where now you have to wait for your friends to also deal with their inventory.
Yeah, because let me tell you, any like Diablo game, one of my least favorite parts is being the one that's sitting there looking through my menus, reading all my skills. Like, okay, which one am I going to pick next? And you're just sitting there, and everybody's just waiting for you. Um,
Yeah,
so like that, and like looking through your inventory, you can just give it to your pet and sell it.
sell it. Yeah.
That's a really good feature. I don't know how deep the skills get, but I think they're interesting enough because you get 3 skill lines, and one of the other ones you can just pick from, like poison, like cold, fire, like elemental stuff.
Yeah,
I think that adds some fun.
it's like an elemental relic that like any
Mhm.
class can also have that skill tree on it.
Yes, yes,
So yeah, it's strange. It adds like another layer that like other classes can also have this
hmm
ability, and like that ability might work better on like the ranger class or something.
yeah, exactly. Because like I was playing with poison, which pulls out like a big tanky spider. That would be really good on any ranged. I don't know how good it would be on anything else. So, it's all about mixing and matching and playing that way. So I don't know. That adds a little bit of a fun like factor to it. I'd
This is
recommend it.
yeah, this is also a recommend for me too.
Yeah, and this is console only. It comes in around 6 GB. Easy recommend. Like, I think if you just want a quick, fun game to play, I'd recommend this to most people. Diablo games are kind of easy to pick up and play, to be honest.
Yeah, it looks nice. I like the art style of it too.
hmm Yeah, I agree. We were talking about how the gear actually changes the way your character looks rather than just being like a stat changer.
Yeah,
So that adds a nice like
it does add a lot. It adds, yeah, it's good.
hmm So yeah, highly recommend.
Oh, right. And the last game for this week is going to be What Remains of Edith Finch for PC. It's already out on Game Pass on Xbox,
hmm
but it just was released for the PC.
Yeah, and this game I played a while ago when it was fresh on Game Pass. You actually highly recommended this, and I played it, and it blew me away. This is I know it's a little early to say this, but this is a game I very highly recommend to anybody who loves video games because it's definitely a game changer to me as far as story games go.
Yeah, it's by far my favorite walking sim
hmm
because it's more than just a walking sim, also.
Yeah, there's so many great elements. So if you want, go ahead and just, I guess, explain a little bit of the story.
The story is you're traveling back to your family's house where
hmm
generations upon generations of your family have lived,
hmm
and everyone's dead, right? But you knew
Yeah.
that. You knew everyone was dead. It's like great great grandparents. And you
Yes.
kind
Yeah.
of go back and read, learn about their past, and you kind of also play as them in their
Yeah.
past. And that's where it adds some funky stuff,
Yeah. That's
which I
that's what's
really
cool
like.
about it. You kind of explore everybody's past lives, and this is a game I think about a lot. I don't know. Sometimes I just think about sorry
Yeah.
because not the gameplay itself, where you kind of search the house, but when you explore their lives because they're so different. There's one I really like where you're an owl just flying over fields, just kind of looking at stuff as words appear.
Yeah,
Um,
you like read your like great grandmother's
mhm.
journal diary when she was a kid, and like
Yeah,
she's just writing about one of her dreams, and you like
yeah,
live her dream.
exactly.
Yeah.
One of the best things I've ever like one, up there. One of the best moments like I've played is oh God, it's so hard to explain. It's a brother that works at a fish factory, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it's
that's
wild.
insane. Yeah, I don't want to say everything that happens, but pretty much you're playing 2 games at once,
Yeah,
and it is insane. And the way that it goes and the ending is just like it blew me away. It really did.
yeah. I would say that this is one of the best games on Game Pass. I highly recommend it, and it's also 2 gigs,
Yes.
so it is well worth the space.
Yeah.
And
And I think it takes like 3 hours to beat, maybe,
yeah,
right?
yeah, it's not long.
So
What are you doing? What are you doing watching this video? Go
it should be
play What Remains of
downloaded.
Edith Finch.
Yes, like do
Yeah.
it
What are you
now,
doing?
play it, just enjoy it, and tell us what you think about it because
Yeah.
it's good.
All right, and that'll do it for today. If you haven't already left.
Yeah, if you haven't already left, started picking up Edith Finch, well, do it.
Yeah.
but thank you for listening.
Yeah.
Be
Wow.
sure to check out Media Boys podcast. Like and subscribe to our channel.
Yes, please do that. And just have fun out there, you know?
Have a good life, man. Have fun.
Yeah, have a good
Enjoy
one.
Game Pass.
See us next Sunday. We release these every Sunday.
Yep.
So
if Game Pass games come out, but usually at least one thing comes out. So,
and we'll be here talking about them.
yeah.
I love you.
I love you.
Goodbye. Oh, I was talking to the listener.
I know.
But also, hey, Nathan,
mm-hmm.
I love you.
William, I love you.
All right. Bye, everybody.
All right. Bye, everyone.